somewhere financial independence is not only earning your money but also taking
maintaining and managing your money.
So we used to take up these small part-time jobs during the college time also.
So now it comes down to you financially independent when you were a teenager.
And openly breastfeeding is still considered a taboo
It's a taboo.
right now. Putting baby's food in the fridge, which was a breast milk, just because it is coming from a woman's breast, it is treated differently. But they do not consider this that, hey, this is the lunch and the food and the dinner for the child.
Any 3 tips that you would like to give to the youngsters today?
Work-life balance is extremely important. Start saving from day one. That is another advice. Again, the advice is similar. Always have a me time separated out for yourself.
If you could have dinner with some celebrity, who would that be?
Chris Hemsworth. Asmee is a platform now, and we are actually video casting women for untold stories of women.
Oh wow. Hello and welcome, my dear subscribers. Today I'm your host Neha Joshi Jain and would like to thank all our subscribers for watching and sharing love on our episodes of Because She Can. Today's episode, we are celebrating the zeal of a woman to do what she aspires to do, the passion with which she breaks stereotypes with the intention of doing good for the society. 3 totally independent works, but all inclined towards creating a better world for every capable woman who either doesn't get a chance or doesn't get a voice, started as a startup. At the age of 31, our guest started Thinkhall Training Consultancy, which is now a SME. Secondly, she established Women Entrepreneurs for Transformation, which has now merged to become Asmee. Thirdly, she started a movement pan-India, Red Dot Initiative, which helps and supports the victims of domestic violence and other kind of abuses. A basketball player who used to love riding a motorbike, a tomboy of her dad. May I introduce the very ambitious woman entrepreneur and an inspiration for many, Iti Rawat. So basically, when I was recording the introduction for you, I introduced you somebody with so much of zeal, that passion that you have of doing like ये तो मुझे करना ही है. मैंने सोच लिया and I am already there to push myself. 3 organizations parallelly you are running, like Thinkhall, then you have WEFT, which is now Asmee, the Women Entrepreneurs for Transformation.
Yes.
And thirdly, the initiative, which is also an organization now. I think it was a movement pan-India. And then you were a tomboy of your dad, as you told. You loved riding bikes.
Yes.
And you were a bindas girl in college. So this rigor and this fire in you, where does it come from? That self-motivation in you, does it belong somewhere from your childhood?
As you said that, yes, I was a tomboy. I used to participate in multiple things, and I used to love doing different things. So jack of all trades is what you can say. And that's where the whole thing comes. And just to put things right, so I run actually 2 organizations parallelly.
All right.
And WEFT has now become Asmee.
Yes.
And under Asmee is the Red Dot Initiative, is one of the initiatives, the campaigns that we have taken, which has become so big now, and it is quite popular. So it's kind of looks like that it is a company in itself.
Yes, because and it is for a lovely cause.
Yes.
Like a great cause, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think you've rescued a lot of women under that.
Yes, 400 plus cases already.
Pan-India.
Pan-India.
Wow. And you started this initiative during COVID.
Yes, during pandemic. Exactly.
All right. Can you tell us more about the Red Dot initiative, please?
So on 30th of March is exactly when Red Dot Initiative started. A few days before that, I got a call from one of my friends who was part of WEFT, and she told me that there is a domestic abuse happening, etc., etc., and I could help. Similarly, there were other 2 cases also that came to me. One from somebody I knew, and somebody who was already there, I was talking to. I started to realize that there is something going amiss. And I happened to speak to one of the chairpersons of National Commission for Women, and when I was seeking help for them, And she told me that it is actually on a 10-year rise, and the cases have gone out of the roof, and we really need organizations like you to come up, step up, and do something about it. So when this thing happens, then a woman helping, supporting women, and we have already seen that 2 cases, we were able to support them with the rescue, we were able to support them with the required help that they needed at that point of time. But Red Dot Initiative came like a thought process that, like this, many others would be there. At least these 2 women reported. There would be many other women who would not be able to report also, because
Right.
traditionally what we have been told about is that घर की चीज घर में रहनी चाहिए, अपना मैली चादर बाहर मत धो, और इस तरह से we are told about this, right? So I came up with this thought process that why not we have a languageless symbol for telling people who are seeking help and they can't talk.
Very
So
interesting.
red dot on the palm, red dot is very easily available. You put sindoors, you put bindis, you put sketch pens are there at home. So just put a red dot on the palm, and red dot initiative is basically, if you have a red dot on the palm, then you are a domestic violence victim or abuse victim, and you can seek help from anybody.
Wow.
And people can then connect to us, whoever has seen this red dot on the palm, and we can then take action as in whatever
So
required.
it's through the numbers and
Yeah.
the emails that email IDs that you have
Yes.
circulated across.
Yes.
That's what an initiative, and really congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
So coming to your childhood now, how was your relationship with your father? Was he a person who motivated you to do what you can think?
I think I owe everything to my father. What I am today, and if people call me that, yeah, you have done something, I close my eyes, and first thing I do is that I thank my father, that thank you for giving me the support and what I am today. I've seen many women, some friends also, who were not brought up the way they should have been. They have the fire, they have the potential in them, but somewhere their childhood actually stops them from giving out their potential completely. Sure. It was the other way around for me. I was a very shy girl. My father changed me into the person that I am. He pushed me to my limits. He pushed me to the potential that I have lived my life through.
Wow. And I want to come to the place where you spent most of your childhood. That's Patna, I think,
Patna, yes.
in Bihar.
Yes.
And your dad was in military, and you were shifting to places, but I think the major portion you stayed in Patna.
Yeah.
And people say that in Bihar, people are so intelligent. Most of the IS officers, best doctors and engineers come from there.
Yes.
So वहाँ के पानी में intelligence घुला होता है, or there was some other experiences that you had?
आई कैन से बोथ. गंगा का पानी पीते हैं, तो गंगा का पानी से ज्यादा प्योर और कुछ नहीं होता है, राइट? सो आई रियली बिलीव दैट हाँ, पानी में तो डेफिनेटली कुछ घुला है. At the same time, Patna is a very small city with a lot of high dreams from people. People look up upon kids who actually make it up to a certain level, and education is the main source of entertainment, spending time, and everything over there. So very clearly, your peers are learning so much. Everyone wants to be part of the administration or become a doctor or become an engineer. You end up studying yourself too, because that environment is created like that.
Yeah, true. So since we are in our late 30s, I'm also from the same generation. And during our time, I remember that we had this problem. Everything is set. Parents are set, academically strong, finance is no problem, but what to do?
Yeah.
Like the options were so limited. It was just being a doctor, engineer, or a civil servant.
Absolutely.
Did you also go through something like that?
At that point of time, from the era that and generation that we have come in, very clearly girls were defined as, okay, they are studying, that means they are going to turn into doctors. Boys were defined as, okay, they are studying, that means they are going to turn into engineers.
Right.
And of course, cat used to be the national hobby of India, and people used to believe that
you land up somewhere great.
Yeah, getting into
this.
services was the core, was that you have to become something, you have to take up these big jobs.
Yeah,
for sure.
So how did you land up into something absolutely different?
Like I said, that I've always been the jack of all trades. So I was also being brought up to become a doctor. My grandfather used to tell me that please become a doctor someday. And that's what came into me. So I took up PCB in my 12th. But post that, I realized that maybe this is not the field for me. And that is where I shifted gears. So one after the other, multiple experiments, and then finally ended up somehow in NIFT. And NIFT, coming from the fashion and the retail world, I ended up being in a corporate job in the retail industry.
Wow. And from the retail industry where you worked with big brands like Nike and Apple, I think, what was the trigger point that now it's time and I want to start on my own?
So biggest motivation one was, of course, I was on my family way and I wanted to spend more time with my child. Needless to say that corporates don't give so much of time, that you have
Yes.
to be with your child. So that was one thought process. And I always wanted to be financially independent. So there was no way that I was going to sit back at home and not do anything about it. So that's when I started creating my first business plan, and I thought that this is the way to go about it, with no idea, no experience at all, but it all just started and it just happened.
I was researching about you, and somewhere I think you mentioned certain derogatory remarks which were given by the industry people where you
Hmm.
were working.
Hmm.
Sometimes in sales, ye to panauti hai because she's a female.
Correct.
When you were a mother, it
Hmm.
was you can't keep the breast milk in the refrigerator because it is objectionable.
Yes.
And finally, as an entrepreneur, when they said, oh, you are supposed to do household work also, ye paisa dubo degi.
ये पैसा डूबा
So,
था.
do you feel that this was a push for you, or that was a holding back for you in all these situations?
So I've been a feminist all my life. I have brought up in such a way that we never saw that okay, man could be different and women would be different, specifically in the workplace. When we saw that the differences are actually there and
Yes.
it is actually existing, it was a mind-boggling thing for us, and I realized that something needs to be done about it. I was running a absolutely a different company which was into training and content development, etc.
Which
Here,
is
which
the
is Thinkhall.
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 Yes.
And that's when I realized that once the company was established and was running a little smoothly, that there has to be something to be done about it.
Right.
That's where the thought process of WEFT first came in, that I have to do something, and it was an NGO. So
Yes.
very clearly, I wanted to give back to the society and wanted that whatever pains I have gone through, other
Yeah.
women should not be facing
How
those
nice.
pains.
You know, you experienced that thing
Yeah.
in getting the investors and the journey that you had. You wanted nobody else to go through that.
Yeah.
Very nice. So that's how this WEFT came into being.
Yes.
Women Entrepreneurs for Transformation.
Transformation.
Please tell us more about that.
Okay, so we started pretty small. It was just a first conference when it happened. We talked about that. Okay, let's network, girls, because we are very lagging behind right now in networking space. And there was just 8% women entrepreneurs at that point of time when we started WEFT. Now there are almost 26% at this point of time.
Yeah.
So when we started this, almost 80 women came together in the first meet itself, which was big. I could feel, I could sense that energy in each one of them when they came out and said, yes, we need networking, we need to collaborate, we need to help each other. Let's become each other's partners, let's become each other's vendors and support each other. That was the start of women supporting women and that movement that I saw, and it just grew and grew. In 5 years time we were almost 5,000 plus members now attached to it, and multiple partners who came in support of organizations like this. And now WEFT has turned into Asmee, which has merged with Mama Show. Now we are actually showcasing a lot many women and giving them a platform which they much need.
Super, congratulations.
Thank
Like
you.
starting from where? A single person.
Yes.
You have reached 5,000 plus. Like,
Yes.
not easy. So, you are a great leader. And a good leader needs a good team, for sure. Do you think that you've always got a good team behind you?
Always. I owe and I always appreciate the team, right from the first employee that we hired all the way to till date. The people whom we are working with, they are so amazing people and with great talents and great skills. So it's actually kind of a mixed bag that we carry as entrepreneurs, right? When we are moving up and we have a vision, etc., people to believe in our vision in itself is a big thing, and then carry on that vision with you and take it forward, work towards it, make it happen for you. I think we should be folding our hands and being grateful to each one of them who exist. I mean,
True.
yeah.
But did you have any hiccups around that? It sounds very
Nice.
fairy, but dreamy, in fact. But actually, there are a lot of hiccups. Initially, there are small firms, and people don't trust
Yeah,
an entrepreneur. Okay, where will we land up? Will we
correct.
have a progress or not? Did you face something like that with the people who were working with
Lot of
you?
times, lot of times. So we had this policies of work from home, flexi hours, etc. So initially, when the policies were not very stringent and well established ones, a lot of people used to take us for a ride. That is when we realized that you have to fix up the policies first, fix up the operations, and then move forward. Now it's pretty much there. We did not do away with such nice policies, but we definitely fixed up whatever was required to be mended.
So all these derogatory remarks, do you think that it was a push or a pullback in whatever the way you were working?
Yeah, so what happened actually was that I was working in sale. Suddenly, a product person came into sales, and then a lot of people could not see that a woman is working in a sales team, and we had only men sitting around the meeting table, and only one woman appearing. Taking the voice out and providing an opinion around it was quite difficult task. And at that point of time there was you are young, you want to do something about it, you want to be out there, but still you are shunned down just because you belong to a certain gender, was the kind of bias we were facing. Apart from that, there was also a gender pay parity. uh,
Yeah.
Very clearly in corporates, girls are not paid up to the level of what the boys counterparts are paid. So that made the whole difference and dynamics change quite a bit. So that was one thing. And once you become a mother, now things have changed drastically, and you know about that. But in those days,
Like 10 years back.
almost 10 to 12 years back, we realized that women who become pregnant are seen in a different category altogether. Oh, now she cannot work, or now she cannot travel, now this has become a
Give her less work.
and now she's more of a foundation for us than
A liability
a
on the
liability
company.
right
Yeah,
now.
that was the thought process.
Yeah.
Yes.
And plus pumping the milk in office is something that a new mother would do who's working, no matter
Absolutely.
what. Right nowadays people are normalizing it, and people are still seeing it now as okay, this is something different,
Natural, yes.
natural. I just wanted to yesterday actually I was watching this movie, Rocky Rani ki.
Yes.
And there was a dialogue in that movie that the day you guys will start seeing women as the same human beings, start treating us the same way, not as something which is a different person altogether.
True.
That day we will be talking about equality.
Yes.
So I had faced these situations.
So true.
Putting baby's food on in the fridge, which was a breast milk, just because it is coming from a woman's breast, it is treated differently. But they do not consider this, that hey, this is the lunch and the food and the dinner for the child.
So true.
Still till date I have seen that women have to run to the washrooms and loose to breastfeed their babies because they do not have the right facilities.
So
and
true.
openly breastfeeding is still considered a taboo.
It's a taboo
right now. And
it's changing, but yes,
how many women would be doing that right now? We don't see it that very clearly say that women are still not open about it, that they cannot breastfeed openly in India.
Correct.
So we are way behind right now with giving the right and equal opportunity, not just to women, to the humankind itself. I mean, that is your next future generation, the race who's feeding.
The woman is doing a double job, in fact.
Absolutely.
So true. And what happened during that investment time when you were a mother, you were managing a couple of companies, but they said that how can we invest in a company where a female is handling? ये तो पैसा डुबो देगी.
There is So the VC area at that point of time was filled with rich men with a lot of wealth, who those HNIs who have accumulated wealth, but mindset wise they were still very very way back at that point of time. Very clearly, when we used to put up the numbers in front of them, we would give a wonderful pitch, the idea would be loved, and then the questions start pouring on you that oh, if you are planning to do this, then who's going to take care of your child? Or questions like how are you going to take it ahead? Is it just a hobby for you? Or seeing you with completely a biased lenses that she's not serious about it.
Yeah.
She has probably a backing of a husband behind you, and then she's not financially depending on it. That is something had to change. And yeah, slowly now we see even women are becoming VCs.
Yeah.
So things have changed drastically from those days to till date. So even on the investors table also, women has to actually first shun that down, that hey, there is a gender bias lens, please break it first, and then they have to talk. It's extremely difficult.
Very nice. And since you spoke about your husband, what has been his role in your life of success, whatever you've achieved
Yeah.
now?
He's the power that I get. He's been a backbone. He's been mentor, a friend, and everything. A lot of times people think that it's his brain also, but it's not his brain. It's my brain and my work completely. But at the same time,
Now it's on camera, it's
yes,
recorded.
But the kind of emotional support that he has given, the kind of support that is required uh, from a person who's working with you. So very clearly, he's given
And
all that.
definitely, you can brainstorm things together when
Yes.
your thinkings are alike.
Yes.
And is he also a feminist, as you said?
He has to be, right?
He has to be.
Yeah, somebody who
True.
believes that women holds equal rights
Yes.
and should get the fair opportunity. I
Right.
think all those people are feminist.
Right. In your line of work, when you started as a single person,
Yeah.
what were the tools that you equipped yourself with eventually? Because you had no background of business. How did you do that?
Now, very important thing you have asked, and this is something I keep on telling the startups that I'm mentoring right now as well. That first thing is that equip yourself with tech. Extremely important. Most of the women I find are scared of technology, scared of tech, and scared of finances, numbers.
Yes.
So even I was weak at finances. I was coming from background of product and sales, etc. But finance sheets, etc. look little bit of alien to me.
Yes.
But at this point of time, I can read through them, I can question them, I can actually create them if it is required. So you need to equip yourself, you need to skill yourself, because as an entrepreneur, as a founder of a company, very clearly you need that effort to equip yourself. Needless to say, the skill that you are actually selling, the skill that you are into, you have to learn that as well.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
I'm my company is actually doing content development. So I'm a content developer myself. I've learned about it. I've learned about social media and digital. I used to call myself few years back Instagram challenged, but now I am an Instagram pro because I've learned that skill, that
Yes.
how exactly we move ahead.
Yeah,
Without
it's
that,
the need
you
of
don't
the
have-
hour. You can't really do the
you
business.
can't do without.
Yeah, true. And I think you even took some courses in some reputed colleges.
Yes, that was to build that business flair and essence. I joined NSR cell at IIM Bangalore.
All right.
They had the specific women program, and
Wow.
it was a nice 6 months of rigorous training by those IIM professors directly, with a lot of projects and a lot of. So it actually weaves a path for you to tread on it, and then you can go a little more smoothly ahead.
Yes.
After that, I did not stop. I really liked the program, and I got an opportunity to get accelerated by Indian School of Business. They had Atal Incubation Center.
Oh, wow.
So I was part of their program as well.
So you recommend that one should take, the budding entrepreneur should take certain path like that, where they go to institutes for smaller programs or workshops, which can enhance them with those skills that probably they feel challenged with.
Absolutely. I mean,
Right.
very clearly, see, there is a set of mentors that you will get who can talk to you and tell you that what is right for your business, what is not right for you. It's up to
Right.
you as an entrepreneur what advices you will be taking. Skilling is one thing. Another thing that is extremely important that comes along with these programs is networking, because you
Yes.
build up a startup network,
Mhm.
and then you can take support from each other, learn from each other. So that's a wonderful opportunity. I believe that you should definitely take it up.
You have always emphasized on legacy businesses, that
Yes.
there has been no woman who's had a legacy like Tatas and Birlas. You have a daughter, I think.
Yes.
So, do you intend to make a legacy for her?
Yeah. So I won't say that no woman has built a legacy. Now
There
many
have
women
been.
are now on the league and on the run right now to build a legacy, and there are some big names already there
Absolutely.
on the pages. But yes, I can very clearly count them on the fingers.
Yes.
So yeah, I believe that anything that you are putting in, specifically for, I have two daughters. Those two daughters should grow up to see me as an inspiration, and should see me as an idol very clearly. So I'm not just running and doing this for myself. I think I owe it to my daughters, and they should see me as an inspiration and say that, okay, my mother has done it, so I can do that.
Absolutely. Very true. So, okay. So, I'm very curious about all the three things that you do. So, what are the working models? Is it the same style of working in all three places? As in, there are two companies, but there are three different works that are going on in all three.
Yeah.
Can you please tell us more about that?
So Thinkhall is my first baby. The Thinkhall is training. We provide training to any companies that are looking for it, and anything apart from that that a L&D person is planning to outsource, like content development, for example. Lot many companies have got LMSs on their own. We create the content for them. So we have a team which creates 2D, 3D animation. We create interactive slides,
Okay.
business simulations. We have also now started creating work on 3D and meta humans, etc.
Oh, wow.
So it's a different level altogether.
Mhm.
Industry has still not adapted that very well, but yeah, we work on those 3D based simulation, AR, VR kind of projections, etc. as well
Very
now.
interesting.
So and there is a huge opportunity out
And these
there.
are all online courses that you're
Yeah,
doing.
online courses, if it is internal online courses as well, those we create. We also have got our own LMS.
Okay.
We provide plug and play courses also. Thinkhall Academy is exactly that.
Yes.
So anyone who's looking for uh, courses to be done, just go out there and pay and do the courses. Those courses are also available. We sell that to B2Bs also, in case if they are looking for just some courses, or they can get customized. So that's what Thinkhall is into. Asmee is a platform now because we have merged together with the Mahua show, and we are actually video casting now, video casting women for untold stories of women.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
we also at the same time do a lot of social work for women. So all the projects and proceeds that we collect ultimately goes to the betterment of women. So Red Dot initiative immediately comes under Asmee now, and other initiatives parallelly like Project Samantha, etc., where we support women who do not have any resources at all, underprivileged women.
Right.
So
Right.
how do one create an underprivileged woman into entrepreneur?
Right.
So under Project Samantha, we've already conducted 8 women.
Okay.
We have opened a couple of tea stalls. We have already opened one tiffin center. We have opened one uh, uh, this tailoring shops. So all these work has been done already.
And that's all pan India.
Pan India, yes.
And you operate from Bangalore.
Yes, we operate from Bangalore.
All both the companies operate from
Both
Bangalore.
the companies, correct.
Very interesting. So, Iti, financial independence is something that you really promote. And I think you have made a lot of women financially independent also. But why is it so close to your heart?
I'll just give you an example, Neha. One of the cases of financial, the Red Dot initiative that I'm going to talk about, how financial independence was so important, and why it changed a woman's life. Uh, there was this lady who came to me with nothing in her bank balance, literally zilch, because whatever she had earned before her wedding was taken by his husband, and the family was actually was ensuring that whatever she is getting in her hand is very very minimalistic, something that is bare basic, which was getting spent in the household itself.
Oh.
So there was nothing that she used to get for herself.
Mhm.
And she realized this after the child was born. Once the child was, naturally your expenses increases, but the salary or whatever money that she was getting in hand to spend in the household, that never increased. So all
Oh.
the diapers, all the milk products and the food and the whatever is required for the children, she was not able to manage that very well. That's
Naturally.
where the fight started.
Mhm.
And she came to me and she spoke to me about it, that this is what is happening and I'm getting abused because of that. Financially there is no resource that I have right now.
Mhm.
So we asked her that how much educated she. I realized that she was already working as a professor in one of the universities earlier.
Wow.
And then she left everything because the child was born, and she had a break of good 3 or 4 years.
Mhm.
So we spoke to some of the colleges nearby and realized that there is a vacancy that is available. We got her in, and she started working again, and of course taking care of the child as well as working together.
Mhm.
So the right facilities were also provided to her. She came back to me and she said that I started with zilch, absolutely scratch. I had zero money in my bank account. At
Mhm.
this point of time, I've already made 2 lakh rupees. This was over a
How
period of time,
nice.
of course.
Uh,
But once I heard this, that she has a saving of something like this, and at least she can sustain now on her own. Whatever her child is asking for, whatever she wants to buy for herself, she has that independence of taking that decision from her money and going out there and buying. So this is extremely important.
yes,
This is just
so
one of
true.
the cases, and I'm sure that there are multiple families like this which do not allow women to take decisions on their money. In fact, I've seen women who don't take decisions for their own money.
So agree to that. They have the money, but they don't know
They
how to
don't know how
use
to
it.
use it.
Yes.
Yeah, so somewhere financial independence is not only earning your money but also taking the
Maintaining and managing your money.
decisions on it, and
Absolutely.
having that saving to sustain yourself in case god forbids there is an incident which appears in your life where you have to sail through yourself.
Yeah. When did you become financially independent? What age?
I started working. That is the time I became financially independent. Before that, I was living on my uh, father's parents' money. But even during the college, I used to do these small gigs
Uh-huh.
because we used to get very limited money, and college expenses are much higher than what the college gigs
True.
give you. So we used to take up these small part-time jobs during the
Uh-huh.
college time also. In fact, I used to do that from my very very childhood days also. I used to take up small part-time jobs and manage my
See
money
how
myself.
you're backtracking. So now it comes down to you financially independent when you were a teenager?
Teenager, yeah.
Yeah. And that was by earning through?
Very very small gigs, like going and teaching somebody, or managing some work for somebody in the household and things like that. That was
तो
how I used to.
entrepreneurship का
हाँ,
सोशल वर्क का कीड़ा बचपन से था
बचपन
दिमाग
से
में.
था. हाँ, but I never realized it because I was trained in such a way कि service करना है, get a job, get a job. That is how I was trained. So for 10 years I was working in corporate, and I always regret that actually. I always keep saying that I should have
Oh my
become
god,
an
I wasted
entrepreneur.
my
I
time.
wasted my 10 years.
No, I think that was experience for you.
Yes, it
फिर
was.
वो
I owe
बातें
it to
कैसे
them.
सुनते जो उन्होंने सुनाई, and how would we get Iti Rawat the way she is now?
Yeah, but I learned a lot as well. I would not have managed my business so well and efficiently
Yes.
if it was not for those corporates, for
Every
sure.
day is an experience. That's what we say in
Yes,
life.
yes.
Any three tips that you would like to give to the youngsters today, from based on your experience of working, being a mother, and an entrepreneur?
Sure. So first, working is basically that there is no end to your stress level. Work-life balance is extremely important. So make sure that you have enough time for your family and yourself. and start saving from day one. That is another advice I would like to give very, very young people. uh, as a mother, again, the advice is similar. Always have a me time separated out for yourself.
So, okay, now we have this fun section wherein now we have already been grilling you, but we'll grill you even more, but in a fun way. So, the world wants to know what Iti does in her personal life. Iti, for a formal day, what attire would you choose?
Very, very formal attire, mostly pantsuits. That's
Okay,
my go-to. So pantsuits. That's what I love to wear.
great. So, what is the favorite corner in your house?
Uh, my workplace. I have a work office at my home. So that's my me area also, where I do my meditation, where I go and sit to relax, have my cup of coffee, and then start working.
Oh, nice. Okay, given a superpower to you, which one place would you go and spend a month in?
A month in, probably Bora Bora, Fiji Island, somewhere near
A
beach.
beach
A
person.
beach person, completely,
Totally.
totally.
If you could have dinner with some celebrity,
Uh,
a person you are dreaming of to go on a dinner date with, who
mhm.
would that be?
Chris,
Husband, please don't listen.
the husband can listen because he knows
Okay.
about it. Chris Hemsworth,
Oh, hands down.
hands down. So I love that person not because what he's on screen, but what he's off screen. I don't know
Okay.
if it is a portrayed picture of him or if it is the reality, but whatever he's portrayed, the kind of time he spends with his children, the kind of time he spends with his
Oh,
wife,
you like him as a person
I
also,
love
right?
him as a person.
So, if you could travel back in time, which era would you like to go in?
I don't want to travel back in time. Very clearly. I think
Oh,
that
how
I'm
nice
a
is
very, very
that?
present person, that let's improve whatever is around you rather than thinking about
Forget
future.
the past,
Forget the
don't think
past,
about the future, live in present.
live in present.
Very good. If you had a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be?
Unstoppable by Sia.
Ah, I love that song. I'm sure you would have taught your daughters also this
My
song.
daughter's name is Sia.
Ah,
SIA from her.
oh my God. See, where are we landing? Okay, what's your guilty pleasure when it comes to food?
Indian food, that Mughlai, kebabs, and I love it.
Oh, nice. If you could swap lives with someone for a day, who would it be and why?
I don't think so that I want to swap my life ever with anyone. I mean,
You love your life.
I love myself.
What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day?
Oh, just a very good, nice music. Probably it depends on the mood. It could be a ghazal, it could be jazz also. It completely depends on mood. My mood with a nice wine in my hand. That's my way of unwinding myself.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now quick ones. Ors, okay? Books or movies?
Movies,
Okay. Dogs or cats?
none.
None. You're not an animal person. Coffee or tea?
Coffee,
Okay. Summer or winter?
winter,
Mm-hmm. Music or podcasts?
podcast.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise always.
Mm-hmm. You are an early morning
Early
person?
morning person.
What time?
5, 6, like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great. Comedy or thrill?
Comedy.
So finally, Iti, it was so nice to chat with you, and I'm sure there are so many takeaways from this episode. But I want to ask the final question. What does this means to you? Because she can.
I think it's innate in all the women. Anyone who's denoted by the word pronounced she, I think it's born in them. They are multitasker. They are great planners. They are the ones who do stuff actually, and then not take credit for it. So definitely you
True.
can, and you have to.
Mhm.
That is what should be the
The motto
the
of this,
motto and the
yes,
underlining
yes.
below it very clearly, that do not underestimate yourself, do not be underconfident. There's long wait for you to go, rather than just staying behind those closed doors or behind those walls. I think there's so much in you that
Mhm.
you can. definitely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Neha.
Just kidding.
This
It's
is
a memento
amazing.
from our side for that awesome work that you are doing.
Thank you so
So we'll
much.
just